Hey everyone, it's BrianQK, and in today's video we're going to have a look at Sony's latest wireless gaming headset, the INZONE H7. In a minute we're going to talk about its features, the design and comfort, pros and cons, and I'm also going to give you 3 reasons why I think they are the better buy compared to the INZONE H9. But let's first get them unboxed, to see what's inside, and remember to drop a like and subscribe if you happen to like what you see, as it really helps me out. Having a fast look at the box, we can see that they have this purple color going on that clearly indicates that this is a gaming headset. I like this design they chose to go for, and here in the back we also have an overview over some of its features. But let's proceed to open it and see what we have. Inside the box we can find a 1.5 meter USB-A to USB-C cable that we're going to use to charge or update the headset. Then we have this small box here that contains all of the manuals and some stickers in case you happen to really enjoy the INZONE lineup. And moving this away, we finally get to have a first look at the headset itself. I have to say that this looks really nice and feels definitely good. But before checking them out, we also have a USB dongle that we're going to have a better look at later, which can be used to connect the headset to a PS5 or PC. Now we can finally have a proper look at the H7. We can see that even if they are branded as a PC headset rather than purely a PS5 headset, they have this white design going on that really fits in nicely with the standard white PS5 look. But they could also easily fit in any gaming setup in general, as it is a really good looking headset with a simple but sophisticated design. Holding them in my hands, Sony seems to have got their weight about right. Even if by the look they are big and bulky, they do not feel heavy at all, but they are not too light either. They feel really well balanced, and this feature will definitely help with comfort when wearing them. They are made out of hard plastic, but they really feel nice rather than cheap. On top we can find a good size headband area, made of some sort of synthetic leather as far as I can tell, that is really soft and will definitely make it easier to wear them for hours at a time. Then down here we can easily distinguish the left and right ear cup, and we can also have a look at the padding that we have on both ear cups. This is actually the first feature that differs them from the H9 that comes with leather ear cups, while the H7 features this sort of cloth material. I have had the chance to try both headsets at a local shop, and I honestly couldn't tell the difference in comfort between the two. They both provide loads of padding and feel really good on your ears. I also don't dislike the look of this one here, and I don't find it a downside at all having this material. I have had the synthetic leather in other headsets in the past, and in the long run in my experience they tend to crease a lot and chip to pieces. I'm curious to see how it's going to be instead with this cloth one here. I've been using the H7 for hours playing Call of Duty, and I found the headset to be really comfy and pleasant to wear. Maybe it could even be the comfiest headset I've ever tried. But what do you guys think, and which one do you like better, the synthetic leather or the cloth material? Looking at the rest, we can find the microphone, the volume wheel, and a USB-C port on the left ear cup, and a game chat, Bluetooth and power button on the right ear cup. We can also notice how we can nicely adjust the different movable parts of the headset to our preference, and this way we can also easily have them flat when they're not being used. And that's always a nice feature. But soon we are ready to go into the first reason why I think they are a better deal compared to the H9, and we can start by talking about their features. In this video I'm going to use this headset with a PlayStation 5, as that's primarily what I'm going to use them for, but remember that they do work on PC as well. To connect them to our PS5, all we have to do is take the USB dongle and switch its functionality from PC to PS5. And then proceed to connect it to one of the USB ports, either in the back or in the front of our PS5. We are then ready to turn on the headset by keeping the power button down for a few seconds. Once connected, you're going to see both the USB receiver and the headset light up in white, and that means we are good to go. Now that we have them connected to our PS5, I can tell you that the first reason why I prefer them is cause they are basically the same headset as the H9, with the only difference in features being that the H9 comes with leather padding as mentioned before, and noise cancelling similar to what we have with the WH1000 series from Sony. Now we already have covered what I think about the different paddings, but regarding the noise cancelling, I have to say that it's for sure a nice feature, but one that I don't think I really need at home when sitting on the couch playing games. I feel that type of noise cancelling is best suited for outdoor environments, and most gamers are probably already in a relatively quiet environment. plus the padding of the H7 already does a really good job providing the needed noise isolation, as I found myself often having the need to take the headset off to be able to hear when someone is talking right next to me, and I honestly don't need more than that for my gaming sessions. But the first reason as well leads us to the second reason why I think they are the better deal: the price. For the mentioned added features, Sony is definitely charging us a premium price, even though the H7 already are not the cheapest headset you can find around. Paying $70 for features that I don't necessarily need seems like a deal breaker to me, especially considering some of the cons of this headset. But we are going to talk about that in a few minutes, because we are ready to move on to the third and last reason why you should consider them over the H9, and that's because they actually stand up to 40 hours of continuous gameplay in a single charge compared to the H9 lasting up to 32 hours of gameplay. This last one just kinda tops off all the things we already said. The noise cancelling of the H9 on top of the $70 takes away a noticeable part of the battery life too, making the headset in my view altogether not worth the value you get out of what you end up paying. But I wanted to also share some pros and cons I've experienced when using this headset, and at the end I'm gonna also do a recap so that we can get all the points together in clear. Starting with the pros, I have really enjoyed this headset so far. The sound quality isn't amazing, but it's definitely good, and it's a huge step up if you're coming from the Pulse 3D headset or similar. I could easily tell when an enemy was approaching me when playing games like Call of Duty, and I found them to be really immersive when having a chill time playing story games. All of this has been further improved once I turned on the 360 special sound feature on the PS5. That gives you that surround experience that we often look for when playing games, either that being for fully immersing ourselves or for competitive advantages. They also are really comfy to wear, even for hours at a time. It probably is the comfiest gaming headset I've ever tried, and they also happen to have some nice features that definitely step up the PS5 experience. Like each time you raise the volume, you're going to see the exact levels on screen. That's gonna happen too when adjusting between game and voice chat levels. But they also are going to appear in the accessory tab so that you can easily tell if the battery is running out and needs charging. We basically have a complete visual overview on our PS5, and that's really nice. Also nice is the fact that the mic can be easily muted by placing it in a vertical position, and that's one feature I would have really missed as I found myself using it all the time. Other than with the PS5, you can also easily connect them to your PC, phone or any other device which have Bluetooth capabilities, and that's perfect if you occasionally are planning on using them for watching a YouTube video or maybe even a phone call. On PC they also have a really good software which unlocks the full potential of the headset to provide us with the ultimate gaming experience they can offer. But this is unluckily limited to Windows as of now, and this last feature inevitably takes us into the cons of the H7. First being the fact that you don't have access to edit the EQ settings when connected to the PS5. Similar to what we had when the Pulse 3D launched, the EQ settings can be tweaked in any way as of now, and that can be a big downside if you're looking to buy this headset. But hopefully Sony is going to add that possibility with a future update, the same as happened with the Pulse 3D after launch. Also, the other big downside for me has been the fact that the mic in this headset kind of sucks, if I had to be honest. I have received a few complaints from friends on the bad quality of my voice when gaming, and no misunderstanding, they could clearly hear my voice when talking, but it had a kind of robot vibe to it. So recapping all that we covered in this video, both the H7 and the H9 are great headsets, really comfy and good looking, that provide a great sound experience when playing games, and I totally recommend them. But the fact that you cannot adjust the EQ settings and the mic is far from being the best can be a turn off if you're looking to buy those headsets, at least until Sony adds the possibility to edit the EQ settings on a PS5. Also, the H7 is clearly the better deal in my opinion, given the only difference between them and the H9 are the leather ear cups and the added noise cancelling, that is not a really needed feature in a gaming headset in my experience. Also worth considering is that to have access to those premium features, you end up paying a premium price too, at the cost of having less battery at your disposal. If you are considering buying one of these headsets, they are currently on sale on the PlayStation Store, and you can get your hands on the H7 for about $200, and that is not a bad deal at all. And that said, for today it's a wrap, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did so, remember to leave a like and subscribe, as it really makes the difference for me. Also, if you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy one of these ones here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, Cookie out.